nigh touchdown. The linebacker picked it up. That was not a forward pass. First down and 10, football at the 41. Potts cutting to the outside. Grayson Potts bounces out 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Potts, end zone, touchdown. Back to pass. Magdano steps up again to the outside. Simmons. Look what he does after the catch. Down that sideline, dances. He's gone. Marcus Simmons, touchdown, Millionaires.
Play action by Watkins, rolling to his right, throws wide open, touchdown! From the gun, drops back to pass, looks, throws over the middle in the end zone, circus catch in the end zone for a touchdown!
First quarter, on their third play from scrimmage, quarterback Brent Burley's pass gets picked off by Logan Ott and returned for a touchdown to put the Warriors up 7-0. Dylan Mull goes off left tackle, finds a seam and takes it to the house, putting the Warriors up 14-0.
We're up at STA Stadium, the home of the Loyalsock Millionaires, for the kickoff to Touchdowns and Tailgates, powered by the Fairfield Auto Group. And I got Millionaire head coach Chuck Cruz. Great to see you, Coach.
Always good to be seen. Thanks for having me, Jim.
How about it? Hey, we'll get right to it. 62 first half points against Central Mountain.
Statistically very impressive. It's good to see three back make his return. He touched the end zone. Joe, Marcus, the entire offensive side and the defensive side did a pretty good job for a first night.
Greatest show on turf. We're starting this season off the right way. Altoona coming up. What are your thoughts after week one? I know they always, now you're 0-0 going to,
Right.
But Altoona, let's talk old-time rivalry with Altoona.
And I'm seeing that now. So as I'm standing in line at Wise, and some of the old heads in the area are saying, "Hey, Coach, we're glad you guys are playing Altoona again." And I'm getting remember one stories. So I'm just hoping, I'm encouraging. Listen, no fights in the stands, all right? This is not the 80s, you know what I mean? So let's be nice, and we want to get there. Plus, we're the road team, so we don't start a fight to where everybody's in the band. Last person hops in the car, then we'll get up on out of there.
There you go.
But I'm just joking. No, but we're watching them on film. They're physical. They have some talent spread out throughout the team. So I'm anticipating a very good game.
Excellent. And if I know you, and you want to no other way than to go out to Altoona and get after them. We'll say get after them. I know what you would say. But you would want it no other way, would you?
Not at all. Listen, everywhere we go, we want to leave our mark and leave our legacy. You know what I mean? When it's all said and done, I want you looking at us as we walk with land saying that's a daggone good football team right there, and there was nothing we could do about it. So, and it's up to opposing teams to do their best to prepare for what we bring, because we're going to do our best to prepare for what Altoona brings. So hopefully, you know what I mean, it goes our way.
And I think it will. Gary's coming out and Babe Mayer to do the game. It'll be on Webb Weekly Live, and everybody back home can watch it. You can watch it the next day. But where the programs come from, just give me a quick overview from when you started here. I mean, we've been here from the beginning with you. And I've loved you from the beginning, and your energy, and thought you were the right man at the right time for the job. I think I told you that the first time I met you, did I not?
Yes, you did.
But give me an overview of the program from then till now.
The best thing that I've done, and I say this very humbly, is that I've surrounded these young men with some really, really good coaches. The turnaround has come in because the coaches have bought in. So it's real easy and it's convenient to heap all the praise on me. But where's the praise for Coach Brown? Where's the praise for Coach McCabe? Where's the praise for Coach Ross? Where's the praise for Coach Steele, Coach Sennett, Coach Hare? Where's the praise for Sean McCann? Where's the praise for Dr. Pardo? So it's convenient to get it all on me. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And it's easy. That's the easy way out. But when you see these gentlemen in the community, you shake their hand, you buy them a beer, because they're the real reason that we got this turned around. You know, they allow me to stand here and talk and sell the program to you guys and to the community, because they're doing the heavy lifting. So make no mistake about it. I did one thing well, and that's choose great assistants who care about the kids and who care about the program, and that's the catalyst for our turnaround.
Excellent. I'm glad you mentioned that and shouted it out to all of them.
Well, it's the truth.
Absolutely. And you being the leader you are, I know what you do is, and I've followed you. You take the blame when things aren't so good, and you sing the praises of everybody when things are going well, and that's the perfect approach as a head coach.
I wish that wasn't true, but usually when we do lose, it's my fault.
Well, I know that, but you always take. But back to that with you, the kids, the we instead of me, the family atmosphere and everything that's going on, got to make you proud.
Very much so. We're as dysfunctional as any real family. You know what I mean?
Believe me, I know.
We're dysfunctional behind closed doors. You know, when you see us outside, it's all for one and one for all. But behind closed doors, yes, you know, it's not all, you know, smooth, placid waters. We have our disagreements in house, you know, but what the public sees, what they believe, and what is true is that we get along very well together, which is why I have no problem, and I'm so thankful that, you know, you and Derek and so many other people in the community, you know, the Liberty Arena, you know, Alvarado Construction, you know, Fast Mass, everybody has opened up their pocketbooks to help these boys out because they're proud of what they're seeing. Because there's a difference between winning and winning the right way.
Absolutely.
Make no mistake about it. Joe and Trey could have played 2 more quarters, and Marcus. You know what I mean? And we could have tested the lights on that scoreboard. But you do it the right way.
You did it the right way.
You know what I mean? You do it the right way.
But I'll tell you this. You go 63, I'll do pizzas and subs. How's that?
Listen, well, we knew that, so we were point saving. So I asked Sam Hillman, I said, hey, Sam, shank one so that we don't hurt Mr. Webb's pockets there. You know?
All right, well, why don't we get some of your players out here and talk to them and get their take on the game from against Central Mountain and on Altoona coming up. I know they probably don't know much about the rivalry. They're little young bucks, but we'll see what their take is on it, huh?
Well, listen, just do me a favor and be mean to them. Don't be all nice to them, you know what I mean? So I don't want them to think it's just me that's mean to them. But I truly appreciate everything that you guys are doing and everything that the community has done to help us, rallying around and supporting the boys. And I hope that you're proud of what you, like, regardless of wins and losses. I hope that you're proud of what we stand for and how we represent the community, because it's bigger than football, you know. So please, thank you for your support. Please continue to support us. You know, we love, you know what I mean, everything that you guys are doing for us. Thank you very much.
You're 100% welcome, and we always will stand behind you and the Millionaires.
Thank you.
And good luck Friday night.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And for Fairfield Auto Group, we'll go to a commercial. Big Labor Day sale coming up. Go see Rick Quigley and all his gang and look for that vehicle you want.
Come see why more and more people are choosing Fairfield during our Labor Day sale. Now is the time to save big. Get up to $12,000 on select 2018 or 0% APR financing for up to 72 months. Plus, Fairfield Auto Group is going to send you to the big game. Stop by today and take a test drive to enter for your chance to win Penn State tickets. Check out our full inventory online anytime at FairfieldAutoGroup.com. FairfieldAutoGroup.com. Fairfield, you're going to love us.
And I got a group of the Millionaire players, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Great win Friday night.
Trayson Potts here, running back, senior.
Everybody knows Trayson.
Joe Fagnano, senior quarterback.
Ditto for Joe.
Tucker Crusher, O-lineman, senior.
Welcome, Tucker. You protecting these guys?
I sure am.
Okay.
Blaze McClements, senior defensive line and running back.
Welcome. Who wants to go first? We'll let it to the.
I'll start it off.
Hey, obviously everybody was glad to see you back out on the field Friday night, and the one thing I noticed had nothing to do with your abilities, had everything to do with it just seemed to be a different energy level, a different excitement. Did you feel that?
Definitely. You know, just having the year off, it just made me appreciate the game a lot more. And you know, a lot of people don't know what it feels like to not be able to play for a year. So any chance I get on the field, offense, defense, special teams, you know, I'm going to put my heart out there. So it just felt good to be back out and do the thing I like to do. What's your future plan? I mean, definitely finish the season out and try to go as far as we can, but then I'm going to head out to Minnesota next fall.
And that's what I was looking for. You're going to be, if you don't know that, he's going to be a Golden Gopher for Coach Flick, right?
Yep.
And
committed in June. So
congratulations.
Thank you.
Most importantly, it's so good to see you back out in the field and looking for a big season from you.
I am too.
All right. Let's pass it on to the QB, Joe.
What's going on?
How are you this year?
I'm great. How are you?
Are you growing or am I getting shorter?
Maybe a little both. I'm
Maybe
not
a
sure.
little both. Hey, what was it like tracing back, offense, kicking all cylinders, 62 first half points? Just tell me what was in your mind as this whole thing was unraveling Friday night.
Well, I mean, when you get a guy like Trayson back, I mean, it obviously adds a lot to like your offense and what you can do, get you out of a lot of situations. Really makes my job easier, makes everybody's job easier, especially when everything's clicking just like that.
And you played your normal game, fundamentally sound. I believe you were 10 for 12. Do you credit that to all the summer work? Do you know what your passing percentage is for your career?
No, I'm not actually sure.
I need to ask Chris Massey that because it's got to be like 70%. I mean, it's ridiculous. But back in the saddle again at quarterback, how'd you feel?
I mean, I felt great, coming out with the guys and, they were really talk about my percentage, but really, it goes like down to the line, making a pocket, Trayson, Marcus, and them getting open. It really just helps everything click over.
Everybody around you, my man.
Right.
Any thoughts on your future in college?
No, I'm not quite sure yet.
Well, keep all your options open.
Yes,
Let's pass it on to one of those linemen. So, hey, tell me about Friday night from the line perspective.
From a line perspective, I feel Trayson back, we really felt really good because we were just thinking open little holes and let Trayson do his thing, keep a nice pocket and let Joe throw the ball, and we were going to have a winning game, and that's exactly what happened for us.
And you did a great job. How about your plans for next year? Any thoughts?
I'm not really sure yet. I'm still thinking. We'll see what my options are.
All right. Well, good luck. On to
Thank you.
Blaze. Tell me about you and your role on the team Friday night.
With the defensive line, they were doing a lot of quick passes, so we had to get in the backfield fast and rush the quarterback and make sure we were closing that down. But we played pretty well. We shut them down. We only held them to 20-something points, so I would say we did pretty good. We had a lot of touchdowns a lot of turnovers on defense and coming from the defensive line too, so I think we played well.
And you're not the biggest guy in the world, but it's about the size of the fight and the dog, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And you definitely disrupt things on the defensive side. So
yeah, I tried to. We go for speed this year, so I'm a little quicker than the big guys, so we'll
start with you and work back. Altoona this week.
Altoona.
I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember the great rivalry between Williamsport and Altoona. Probably not, but it's always been a battle. Tell me about how you feel about going out to Altoona.
Well, I'm excited to go out to Altoona. It's the second game of the season. We just got to perfect our craft and plan for the future. We got to think it's bigger than just them next week. We got to plan for later on in the season, making a good playoff run.
I agree. Pass it on to the big fella there. Have you looked at any film on the line? What are you battling up against this week? Do you know?
They got some size. They look like they have some nice guys on the line. But, I mean, if we all do our thing and rely on each other and we have the trust that each one of us are going to do our job, I don't think we're going to have a problem at all.
I like your approach. QB Joe, you told me, we talked off camera a little bit, you watch film. Going to pick them apart or just rip their heart out like you did against Central Mountain?
I mean, hopefully that's what happens, but obviously, going into the game, you want to treat it like every other game. Hopefully my guys get open, we can be quick with the ball and spread it around.
Excellent. Back to I call you like Cumming County's Heisman Trophy candidate. back to you. Have you watched anything on Altoona?
I mean, I watched film on them. They're pretty decent guys, but I know me and my guys, everyone in the state, they know what we can do, so my guys can ball. I'm not worried about nothing. I'm going to show up on Friday, they're going to show up on Friday.
I think Coach Cruz and you guys got the program to the point where it's not as much what the other team does, it's what you guys do on Friday.
Yeah, definitely. That's the biggest thing is just it's really each game we play, obviously we're facing somebody, but we're really facing ourselves, and we have so much that we can do all together. So
and what a turnaround from the first season, huh? You were here when things weren't. That was your first year varsity,
yeah, my
right?
freshman year.
Freshman year.
Playing with Jared Reeves and guys like that, Frank Rose and all them.
And the program got going better, but it was still a pretty tough season.
Yeah, I mean, we started off I think 4-0, and then we lost one, but we bounced back, and that was just the building period, and then we started putting things in stone, and now we're here where we're at now.
And it's been a fantastic thing to watch. Well, gentlemen, for you and your teammates' contribution this past week, the Williamsport Millionaires are the Webb Weekly Team of the Week. What does that mean? Joe can tell you.
I mean, it feels great, great honor.
Well, what usually happens when you're the Team of the Week?
Oh, wait, free pizza, right?
Free pizza.
Free pizza.
We're going to feed you guys. Anybody got anything on that? What do you want on your pizza?
I like pepperoni. Extra cheese, please.
We'll make sure that's there for the linemen. So, hey, thanks, guys. Good luck this week against Altoona. Gary Crispin, Babe Merrill will have it on Webb Weekly Live, and it should be a good matchup. I'm looking forward to watching it. So,
All right, thank you.
Take a little break, and we'll be right back.
Come see why more and more people are choosing Fairfield during our Labor Day sale. Now is the time to save big. Get up to $12,000 on select 2018 or 0% APR financing for up to 72 months. Plus, Fairfield Auto Group is going to send you to the big game. Stop by today and take a test drive to enter for your chance to win Penn State tickets. Check out our full inventory online anytime at FairfieldAutoGroup.com. FairfieldAutoGroup.com. Fairfield, you're going to love us.
And I'm here at Kenneth Robbins Stadium with Doc Chris Massey. Welcome back for another year, Doc.
Good to be here.
Busy week last week. Little League World Series, the PIAA in their ultimate wisdom moved the high school football season up. What are your take on that?
It feels weird to have 2 games in August. We're going to be week 2, we'll have 2 games, and then I think by September we'll have 7 games in, so it's crazy. But that's the world we live in, and to get the winter sports in, that's what they got to do. So
yeah, I don't know.
It gets me out. It helps me get me through Little League, so I'm all right with it.
Excellent. Hey, we're here at Allison Field. I guess it's going to be at Ken Robbins Stadium. Brand new turf. What do you think of this?
Beautiful. I wish I could have played on something like this when I was playing.
I can walk and talk, but can't chew gum. So
I don't know if I
we
can.
all right here? But what'd you see Friday night?
I saw a great game up at Williamsport. Incredible offensive show by Williamsport. Defense needs a lot of work, but the offense incredible. 8 drives that the first team had, all in the first half, 62 points. One of the best offensive displays I've seen in 20 years on this job.
Greatest show on turf.
It is, and Trayson Potts comes back from the torn ACL, 150 yards on just 9 carries, 5 touchdowns. And the nightmare for defenses is if you stack the box to stop Trayson, you got an all-state quarterback in Joe Fagnano. You got a wide receiver in Marcus Simmons, who probably should have been all-state last year.
150 yards receiving, got in the end zone.
Yeah,
Marcus did.
On 4 catches. So
Joe was very efficient, I think 10 of 12.
10 of 12 for 250, and this is all in the first half. So it's kind of pick your poison. And if the offensive line holds up the way it did Friday night, good luck trying to stop them. They might need to score 50 points a game if the defense doesn't improve, but they might just be able to do it.
And agreed. I think their defense will come along. That's been pretty much the Williamsport the last few years. Coach Cruz does a great job. And the defense usually starts a little slow and gets better as the season goes on. And
it has. And
good athletes. Let's go back to the greatest show on turf. Let's talk about turf. This, obviously, you and I already discussed, is much more bounce in this than the old Lancer turf.
Absolutely.
Feels pretty good, doesn't it?
Feels great.
Should we run or just walk?
I don't know. My running days might be behind me.
Mine are. So this is the latest thing in the area. Turf fields everywhere.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts on turf versus natural grass?
Well, I love grass, but at the same time, from an economical standpoint, I think turf is great. You can play other sports on this. If you get heavy rains, you can still play football, and you really don't have to worry about it drastically altering your game plan and things like that. So I think it's a good thing. As much as I like grass, I think this turf makes a lot of sense if schools can afford it.
I agree with you 100%. If it was just football, I love the natural grass. But for what all is going on in these fields in today's world, I definitely would go with the turf if I was my decision making. So Williamsport looked good. Who else can you give a shout out to for the opening week?
I think Montoursville played a great game against North Penn Mansfield, and North Penn's supposed to be an NTL1 title contender, so 51-6 was pretty impressive. They scored in every facet: special teams, defense, offense. A lot of guys back from last year. They had some growing pains last year because they were so young. Now those kids are grown up. And a lot of them are still only juniors and sophomores, so I think they've got a bright present and a bright future.
And I got to give a shout out to Lefty Logan Ott.
Yeah.
He was the little guy that chased Jimmy around and Hunter around when the Otts and the Webbs played travel baseball together for years, and there was always this little Lefty Logan. I threw a lot of passes to him when we were at different tournaments, baseball-wise, just to keep him. He was always starting to go, well, Lefty Logan ain't so little anymore.
No, he's a flyer.
It doesn't matter, baseball field, football field, he's just a stud.
Yeah, pick 6 I think it was the 3rd play of the game. 87-yard kickoff return after North Penn scored his first touchdown. I think he can make plays on offense too, kind of like his brother Cameron was, a little bit like Nolan, where he can be kind of a Swiss Army knife that they can pretty much use him anywhere.
One thing I like about Logan is he's got that edge.
He does.
And he's got that confidence that you can't teach.
Yeah,
and he seems to answer every call and with a smile on his face, and I want to step on your throat.
Exactly. He's a competitor, great kid, but yeah, he's got that eye of the tiger, so to speak.
And we won't get in that district baseball championship game against Loyalsock, that 10-inning. But anyway, just brought back bad memories there. So, hey,
it was a good memory. It was a great game.
You and I
that's all I cared about.
You and I could talk forever, and I'm told we're not supposed to do that this year. So. We're at midfield, which I think is a good spot. We'll start here, and let's go to the first week after one game, Doc Massey's top 5.
Yeah, Williamsport's the clear number 1 right now. Like I said, the defense needs work, but they've got some great playmakers. And sophomore Nasir Jones, remember his name? He's going to be a stud defensive end. He was wreaking all sorts of havoc. Malik Jones, no relation, but Nasir said they're like brothers, and Malik's a sophomore linebacker. I think that's another player that we're going to be hearing a lot from. So there's potential there on defense, and they don't have to be a shutdown defense. They don't have to be the 85 Bears, but if they can hold somebody to 20 points a game with the offense that they have, they're going to be mighty tough to beat.
Gotcha. Next?
Montoursville, we mentioned them, and really like what they have brewing there. J.C. Kiefer does a great job, and last year was a blip on the radar, and I think they're going to be back this year, and they're going to be a AAA title contender.
I agree. I think there's going to be some great games involved in Montoursville this year. One's the rivalry game, which is week
5. Yep.
So I can't wait. Where's that at this year?
I believe it's in Montoursville again.
Isn't that terrible? I should remember that. And who's 3?
3 is Lewisburg. They beat Selinsgrove. Selinsgrove's young this year, but they're still Selinsgrove. And Dylan Farinato, one of the best players in the state. Nick Shedleski is a great quarterback. Max Moyers was a freshman 1,000-yard rusher. So I think they're going to do some damage this year. They'll be fun to watch.
And Nick's sort of the quarterback's got that linebacker mentality, which
He's
I always
tough. He's a big
like
boy.
That. And I agree with you, Lewisburg. Next.
Yeah. We'll go with Loyalsock. They struggled against North Schuylkill. North Schuylkill's a great team. Obviously, the concern for Sock is they gave up 454 rushing yards, but they're young. They've got they got Connor Watkins, Gerald Ross, Derek G, Jaden Chofie, great receivers, great quarterback. I don't think offense is going to be a problem for them, but they're definitely going to have to tighten up the defense. It's one game. They've struggled defensively in years past early on, and they've righted the ship and played well. So I think they'll get better, but they've got a tough schedule, and they've got Danville this week,
schedule.
So
and Danville,
they got to get better fast.
One of our Webb Weekly games of the week, and should be a great early season matchup, and should
Absolutely.
show us a little preview right there.
Could be. They met in the district final last year, and
don't get me wrong. There's a lot more balance this year, but
it could be the first of 2 battles.
As we walk Lancer Stadium, I got a feeling it's not going to be how many yards the Lancers gain. Like Williamsport, it's going to be how many they give up.
Yeah, because I think with their offense, they're going to score a lot of points. They just got to tighten it up.
They can stretch, but just can't break. So
yeah, exactly.
And we're missing one more team.
Jersey Shore, they lost their opener too.
And they're number 5 on Doc Massey's countdown. And the Bulldogs, Coach Tom Gravish.
Yeah, they're in a similar situation as last. They dropped a heartbreaker to Bellefonte last year in the opener. Do it again this year on a last-second field goal. But they'll get better. They're younger than they've been in recent years, but I think they'll figure things out. I think the defense with Alex Jackson running it, he's one of the best around. I think they'll figure it out. They got to get a little better offensively, but I think they will. I think by the end of the year, they'll still be a factor in the 4A district race.
I agree with you. And again, they're I hate to say this, they probably have the least amount to worry about on defense.
Yeah, they've got some playmakers.
That's a great place to start there in the linebacking core. Outstanding.
Hunter O'Connor had, I think, about 4 tackles for loss, 17 tackles. He's a beast.
Hunter's going to pick up right where Hunter Webb picked up last year. He's going to put up a huge tackling number this year.
He is, absolutely.
So, hey, we might as well walk to the end zone. I think that's a good segue for Doc Massey, Sun Gazette Player of the Week.
Yeah, go with the guy that found the end zone a lot, Trayson Potts.
Trayson Potts is back.
He is, and it's so fun to watch him play. Last year, it was really rough. He was so good as a freshman and sophomore, and you hate to see anybody get hurt, let alone somebody as gifted as Trayson. So it was really fun seeing him do his thing again and turn in 5-yard runs into 59-yard touchdowns, and again, just gives him such a new dynamic.
Took the Williamsport Central Mountain game on Webb Weekly Live, watched it Friday night, and as Trayson did, we'll cross the goal line. But the one thing I love is the energy level when he's playing is at a totally different level than when he was missing last year. I mean, just the excitement, the energy, the whole the greatest show on turf, so to speak. So.
Yeah, and I mean, he's one of those special guys that anytime he has the ball, he might break one, he might score a touchdown. And it just changes the whole dynamic of the offense, because last year they still ran the ball, but he's that guy that a normal guy might take a ball 4 or 5 yards. When he gets a good hole, Trayson can take that 80 yards. He just changes everything, opens up the passing game, and just fun to watch. And just a great kid, a great student, and
super
hard not to pull for a guy like that.
Going to be a golden gopher.
Absolutely. So. They got a good one. I think they got a steal.
So we'll have the Millionaires back on Webb Weekly Live again this week too. So two great matchups. Gary Chrisman will have them and Babe Mayer, and Gary's taking a week off here. I don't know if I told you after the Little League and
it's well deserved.
Oh my gosh, I don't know how that guy does everything he does. But hey, we're in the end zone and we'll wrap it up. But do you know what color blue that is officially?
I'm going to go baby blue.
Columbia blue. Loyalsock is now their official accent color and has been for years. And everybody a lot of times will say Carolina blue, but it's actually Columbia blue. And hey, look forward to working with you all season. Great start to the season. We'll take a little break for our sponsor, Fairfield Auto Group, and we'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Come see why more and more people are choosing Fairfield during our Labor Day sale. Now is the time to save big. Get up to $12,000 on select 2018 or 0% APR financing for up to 72 months. Plus, Fairfield Auto Group is going to send you to the big game. Stop by today and take a test drive to enter for your chance to win Penn State tickets. Check out our full inventory online anytime at FairfieldAutoGroup.com. FairfieldAutoGroup.com. Fairfield, you're going to love us.
And we're back at Allison Field at Ken Robbins Stadium. And Coach, how do you like the new turf?
It's wonderful. I mean, we're very pleased with the school district and certainly Larry Allison for having a generous donation to be able to put this in. It's a wonderful thing. Great to be a Lancer in this situation.
I guess I should introduce you, Coach Justin Van Fleet, QB Connor Watkins. Not that nobody knows you. And I walked across I didn't have any shoes on when you came out. What a wonderful field. I mean, nothing against the old turf, but it's everything it should be. Huh, Connor?
Yes, sir. It's beautiful. We were so excited when we heard we were getting it, especially because we're seniors now. So we were like, yes. We've had 3 years playing on the old stuff. And, I mean, I don't take anything away from having turf because it's a lot nicer than having grass. But it's absolutely beautiful now.
If I would have had a field like this, I probably would have just brought a sleeping bag and a pillow and took a nap after the game. You know what I'm saying?
How about it?
Coach, we'll start with North Schuylkill. They were men.
Yeah, we struggled against them in a lot of ways, and we're working to correct all those issues. The good thing is a large amount of the issues that we had are things that we could fix. And bringing an attitude to the next game is something we're hoping to take.
And you and I have talked over the past years, and we always want to take the bully on the first week, play somebody well, and do as well as we can. We want to win every week, but if you don't, not the worst thing that can happen week one.
Well, when you go out with the way that preseason is set at this point, and you play against a real good team, it's a bit of a coin flip. The things that we need to fix, we're on right now. Actually, we just ran out from film to get this in, and we'll get back to work. We're on it, and hopefully we'll be able to put forward a great showing this week.
Connor, senior this year, like we said, going to chuck it around a little bit. Seem to have going to be pretty balanced. What's the biggest difference you saw since you came into the program with Coach Van Fleet to your senior year now?
As a freshman, I wasn't really expecting to play, but kind of just got thrown in the role. But as a freshman, we ran a lot more than we do now. Our offense has honestly probably done a 180. We always ran, and then would throw when we didn't expect to. Now we kind of throw to set up the run, but also we have a very good complementary run game. So, I mean, I like our offense personally a lot better now because it complements really well.
And a lot of that has to do with the progress you made and for being a 4-year starter, and you can chuck it around pretty good. Let's talk about your future quickly. I'm proud of you. Congratulations. Going to go to Villanova and be a Wildcat. Tell me about the excitement that brought to you and your family and the Lancer program.
It honestly just felt really good to have the decision made. It's kind of weight off the back. I wanted to make the decision before the season started, honestly, just so that when we got to the season, I could focus on my team and my guys 100% of the time. But for sure, I mean, I'm really excited to go to Villanova. I'm going to get a great education along with playing very competitive football, so I couldn't be happier.
Fantastic, and congratulations. And I'll lead to you. Great success getting players noticed, recruited. Obviously, you do the District 4 Combine for the whole District 4. But tell me what that means to you when you see all the hard work you put in and players now having an opportunity to play at the next level and not just play, but play at big schools.
Yeah, it's an exciting part of our program, and it's a part that we take real seriously, is to use the game to advance the players' lives. And football it's a game of life. Kids learn a lot in terms of learning about themselves, learning about what they have to do, and I think it's a great teacher. And to use all of that to be able to extend what they can do within their lives is something that we're really proud of having here. And we've had great success in terms of assisting. However, the reality, it's the commitment of the kids and the families and the community to allow that to occur. Without that, it's a real uncomplicated situation. If you don't have cars to sell, you're not selling any. So we've got some great cars to sell.
And you've done a great job, Coach. Thank you. Thank you from the Webb family, everything you did for my son, for Hunter.
He's doing a great job up north right now.
Thanks. That leads me to this week's ball game, and I can guarantee you one thing. Got the Danville Ironmen this week, and it's going to be a heck of a lot warmer than the last time you played them.
Yeah, last time we played them, it was a little chilly. As you wrote in the Webb Weekly, the band played on, but they had to do it with their hands as their instruments froze.
Yeah.
So we certainly had a heck of a game with them, but that's a past year's team. I'm proud of what they did that year, but we're looking forward to this season. And what happened there does zero impact here.
What do you see this year out of the Ironmen?
Well, they're very similar in a lot of ways, a little bit more dynamic at the skill positions. Up front, they're always talented. Linebackers are always very strong. So some similarities, but like I said, they've got some explosive weapons that they're using quite well.
Excellent, and we'll have it on Webb Weekly Live. My team of Paul and Paul will be here and featuring you guys against Danville, and I'll be here. Looking forward to it. Connor, senior year, going to go by faster than fast. What are your goals for the team for this season?
I just want to improve every week, and by the time playoffs come, hopefully we're hitting our peak and rolling with it. I mean, we're going to get things fixed. We're going to get things going. Hopefully guys find their heart and their passion and realize why they want to play the game of football. And, I mean, I'm just ready to get this thing going.
Couldn't have said any better yourself, Coach.
Yeah, he sounds a little bit similar.
Well, I'm going to let you get back to film. Get ready for Danville. Any parting shots?
Certainly appreciate you being here. All the support for the program from everybody is quite wonderful, and the community support, marked obviously by Allison Crane and Rigging, it certainly goes to show some wonderful things in the township. I'm
going to take my shoes off after you leave and walk around for a while, if that's all right.
You take your time. We'll leave it open all day for you.
All right, and that wraps it up for the first Webb Weekly Live Touchdowns Tailgates, powered by the Fairfield Auto Group. We'll see you next week.
At the 41, Potts cut to the outside. Grayson Potts bounces out 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Potts, end zone, touchdown. Back to pass. Magnano steps up again to the outside. Simmons. Look what he does after the catch. Down that sideline, dances. He's gone. Marcus Simmons, touchdown, millionaire.
Play action by Watkins, rolling to his right, throws wide open, touchdown! From the gun, drops back to pass, looks, throws over the middle in the end zone, circus catch in the end zone for a touchdown!
First quarter, on their third play from from scrimmage. Quarterback Brent Burley's pass gets picked off by Logan Ott and returned for a touchdown to put the Warriors up 7-0. Dylan Mull goes off left tackle, finds a seam and takes it to the house, putting the Warriors up 14-0.